Greetings! I'm Teek, and this is the show where I go over things that were of interest to me in the last week. Fortunately, I have a great many interests, so there's probably something for you here too. At least if you like Star Wars, because that's pretty much all anybody is talking about this week. First up, the good news. Disney has announced that the final season of Star Wars Clone Wars will be launching on Disney Plus on February 21st. This marks the third time that Clone Wars will release a final set of episodes, but it seems that this time it might really be the end. The trailer teases the long-awaited duel between Ahsoka Tano and Darth Maul at the Siege of Mandalore, a battle that happens immediately before Order 66, so between that and Padme's baby bump, it sure looks like these last 12 episodes will take place concurrently with Revenge of the Sith. Now for the bad news, namely, what is going on with Obi-Wan Kenobi? Last summer, Lucasfilm confirmed that Ewan McGregor would be reprising his role as everybody's favorite Jedi Knight-turned-compulsive lying desert hermit for a 6-episode miniseries on Disney+. However, the rumor mill has been churning out disturbing news in the last couple weeks, with Collider reporting that production has been delayed and the crew has been sent home. This was followed up by The Hollywood Reporter reporting that the scripts for the show have been tossed out, with Lucasfilm now looking for a new writer. More disturbing, though, is the news that the project may be getting cut down to 4 episodes rather than the original 6. IGN caught up with McGregor, who confirmed that the filming had been pushed from this August to next July in order to give the writers more time to work. McGregor didn't have anything to say about the episode reduction and didn't anticipate that the delay would affect the planned release date, whenever that's supposed to be. In news that isn't good or bad, you may have seen the rumors that plot details from Colin Trevorrow's unused script for Episode 9 have been floating around. According to the supposed leaks, Episode 9, Duel of the Fates, would have the Resistance infiltrating Coruscant while Kylo Ren seeks out the secret Sith-ish master that trained Palpatine. These rumors were seemingly supported by images from a yet-to-be-released art book, but as it turns out, Trevorrow denies that the images in the art book are from his script. However, these images apparently are. Posted in a Twitter thread from DR Movie News, this concept art features a look at what we may have gotten had Trevorrow not parted ways with Lucasfilm. While this art seems to corroborate at least some of the details of the leak, it's impossible to know exactly how much. Trevorrow confirmed that these images are from the scrapped Duel of the Fates script, adding that R2 wouldn't have died, just taken another bad hit. And finally, one more Star Wars rumor to end things with. Cinelinx is reporting that EA is looking at remaking Knights of the Old Republic. Not a one-to-one remake, but a reimagining that combines elements from the 2 KOTOR games into one narrative that can fit with the new Disney canon. Of course, this isn't the first time such a rumor is circulated, so don't hold your breath. Moving on into things that are definitely coming out, this week in theaters we have Gretel and Hansel. This is interesting. Rather than adapting the grim fairy tale with some kind of twist like, say, making the siblings witch hunters, this looks like a straight-up adaptation with a few additional horror elements. On television, Our Cartoon President starts its 3rd season on Showtime, still trying to desperately invent situations more absurd than reality. And coming to Netflix, Ragnarok is a 6-part Norwegian series about a mysterious pair of brothers that may or may not be gods. In video games, over on Steam, The Manse of Soraka is a very, very retro-style horror adventure game that still looks pretty interesting, if you're into that sort of thing. Box Kid Adventures is a kinda neat-looking puzzle game with a surprising number of mechanics based around pushing boxes. Coffee Quest Alpha Mod is a cute little adventure game, I think. It's hard to tell from the trailers exactly what the gameplay loop is, but it looks funny either way. Likewise, not super sure what kind of game The Supper is, but it's got a cool art style and that's really all it takes to get a mention here. On the other hand, it's easy to tell what kind of game Mommy is. If you like Mario Bros but always thought it should star a pink bear thing, then this is the game for you. For more retro action, Metal Glory is a turn-based roguelike gladiator game, which is an interesting concept that I'm surprised we haven't seen more of. And while you'd think Impossible Soaring would be relaxing, it's actually a game that rewards you for being as reckless as possible. The Pedestrian is a cool-looking puzzle platformer that has you guiding this little 2D guy through a series of signs. Bookbound Brigade is a kinda nifty-looking adventure platformer that has you taking control of a team of characters, presumably each with a different handy skill, and guiding them through a literary world. And finally on Steam, Mindseas is a cool-looking Metroidvania game featuring kinda looks like a cyborg ninja guy. I'll take it. Moving over to Epic, this week's free game is The Bridge, a nifty-looking puzzle game with MC Escher-ish influences. And also this week, Blizzard is releasing Warcraft 3 Reforged, an HD update of the RTS classic, so get ready to purge Stratholme again. Over on the Switch, this week sees the release of Aviary Attorney, everybody's favorite bird lawyer game. Never Again is a creepy-looking first-person horror game, not exactly a rarity, but this one looks kinda interesting. And Hyper Uncharged Unboxed is the Toy Story Tower Defense game I never knew I needed until just now. That leaves us with this week's awesome video. Cinefix takes a look at the differences between Snowpiercer and its 1982 graphic novel source material.
In the movie, Curtis leads a violent escape from the tail, hacking their way through carriages like levels of a video game. His goal is to reach the engine and take control of the system. It's a straightforward journey from A to B.
The book's plot is messier.
Well, that's everything for this week, so what would you have liked to see in Episode 9? Write your best fanfiction in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and maybe give me a like if you think I deserved it. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great week!